400 are reported dead, and each side reports more than 2,000 wounded. Late today, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin ordered the aircraft carrier USS Gerald Ford to the eastern Mediterranean as a show of force in support of Israel. The skyline of Gaza shrouded in smoke as Israeli strikes pummel residential buildings. Mosques that the Israeli military said housed Hamas command centers, and tunnels long suspected to be smuggling routes for weapons. Israeli officials say they also hit the National Bank of Gaza. NewsHour producer Shams Uday.
If you look behind me, this is the Islamic Investment Bank. As the Israeli claim that this bank belonged to Hamas. The Israeli Air Force attacked this bank just 10 minutes ago. We are in the main street of Gaza, Omar al-Mukhtar Street. Omar al-Mukhtar Street is the famous street in Gaza. It's full of shops, full of banks, a lot of offices belong to journalists, banks. And this, if you see, it's empty, no people in the street, everything is closed.
Monday, as we continue to follow the ongoing events in Israel and that surprise attack by Hamas on Saturday evening. Of course, we want to give you a little bit of a roundup as we now know over 1,000 people have died. That on both sides during this attack. I do want to put up some video that we're getting there out of that region in Gaza City. Of course, this was taking place just a little bit ago, but I do want to put up the video and certainly just bring up some of the sound as well so you can hear what's going on there in the east. All right, that's just some video there. More than 1,000 people have died as the Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said Sunday he'd ordered the Ford Carrier Strike Group to sail to the eastern Mediterranean to be ready to assist Israel as the surprise attack had left more than 1,000 dead and thousands more wounded on both sides. Of course, about 5,000 sailors on deck of the warplanes will be accompanied by cruisers and destroyers in a show of force that is meant to be ready to respond to anything from possible eradicating additional weapons to reaching Hamas and conducting surveillance. So that was just an image we were following. And of course, we do want to give you an update from our Trey Yingst as he says Hamas said they're targeting an airport with rockets, sirens sounding outside of Tel Aviv. Of course, he goes on to say there's a direct hit there as medics are responding. He has been on the ground for our Fox team covering it very, very extensively. Let's go out to Trey Yingst one more time as he gives us an update there on the ongoing situation in Israel.
Israel officially at war. The declaration coming after Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israel, firing thousands of rockets and sending hundreds of fighters from the Gaza Strip.
We will not forget. Hamas terrorists target Israeli civilians. Israel will target Hamas and Islamic Jihad terrorists wherever they will be in Gaza.
The conflict only intensifying. The Lebanese militant group Hezbollah also joining the attacks, shelling along the northern border. The Israeli military firing back. Israeli officials say they are working to recover hostages who have been taken into Gaza, including children and families.
The assault isn't over. There continue to be very active fighting around Gaza. At the same time, we've seen more quiet in other parts of Israel, but there is intense fighting going on.
The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees reporting that more than 20,000 people are crowding into schools for shelter. The violence upending the lives of thousands of civilians, and the death tolls of Israelis and Palestinians are in the hundreds. Israel's ambassador to the United Nations condemning the bloodshed by Hamas.